Hey everyone, Nathaniel Ruffle Jansen from Nintendo Prime, and I want to be the first to say Happy New Year, or, well, I mean, it might not be your New Year yet. We're posting this on New Year's Eve in the United States, but I just want to give you a preemptive Happy New Year, because I will not be, live streaming at midnight and doing anything special for that, and I probably will still have a video coming out on New Year's Day, and maybe even a special New Year's night live stream, but I just want to get that out now because you guys are all going to be celebrating, the New Year's before you see me again. What we're going to talk about today is something that is very important. We're talking about the future of Nintendo Prime and what my feelings are and my roadmap is for Nintendo Prime in 2018. First, we're going to look back a little bit at what we did here in 2017, since this is the final day of 2017. For those of you who don't know, we have a website. I don't know if you knew that. We have a website, NintendoPrime.net. It's not been regularly updated. NintendoPrime.net was actually the original vision of Nintendo Prime. We were going to be a big, massive news website, and I abandoned that for YouTube. But I think you guys agree. I obviously made the right decision. But it is notable that despite the neglect of the website this year, we had a grand total of 254,000 unique viewers of the website, and that they viewed about 510,000 pages. Just really interesting for a site that we just weren't consistently updating. We could have easily cracked probably 1 million if we had tried, especially since we do have a decent-sized social media following, but it is what it is. You guys are probably more interested, obviously, in the YouTube growth. And in that sense, well, it's been interesting. The channel was taken over in about February or so. February 10th, I believe, was the exact date when I posted the video about how this channel is now Nintendo Prime. And since then, we have gained 13,000 new subscribers. Our videos have served 3,056,007 people. The number is actually a little higher than that. This number was taken before this video was released and the prior video, but either way, we cracked 3 million views this year. Just awesome. Our videos were shared over 10,000 times. We had nearly 70,000 likes on those videos and 60,000 comments. Those are some pretty crazy numbers that I'm hoping we can just destroy in 2018. I would love to see it be 50,000 subscribers gained in 2018 with 30,000 likes or 30,000 like 300,000 likes and just I don't know. Can we break 20 million views? That would be great. But whatever. Just some crazy stuff looking back at the past year. And we've done a lot of things. We went from just a podcast to doing daily videos. Doing videos on news that I never really planned to do here. Doing discussion videos. Doing these face camera videos at the end. A lot has changed, and you guys have been along for the ride. It's awesome. We've also launched a Patreon. We technically launched it in 2016. This is the year the Patreon took off. At the time of recording, I believe we have 27 or 28 patrons that have helped contribute to us, raising $322, I believe, per month. That has gone towards making our podcast a weekly show. We're now going to have game reviews coming out here in January. And our next stretch goal is starting to see more and more within reach as well. I want to thank all you guys for your support, and if you would like to support us on Patreon as well for even as little as $1 a month just to help us out, help diversify our revenue, you could do so at patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. Now, let's get into what we are going to be doing in 2018. That's why you're watching this video, right? You want to know what's next, Nate? Is there more dancing? Is there more drinking? Is there more laughs to be had? Karaoke nights? Where are they going? Are we going to play more games? How many game reviews are we going to do? Things are going to get nuts. But first, let's talk about the thing that you guys probably didn't know much about, and that's the website. This one you're seeing me holding this printout is actually an article I am posting on the website that I will have linked down in the description so you guys can go read it in full and see all of the different website stuff. But the vision is changing at NintendoPrime.net. There's going to be a new layout that's going to incorporate more YouTube stuff in it and make it very obvious that we're a YouTube entity that also has a website. Basically, the gist of what we're doing at the website is every single day we're going to have one post about the news. That post is going to summarize all of the major stories from that day. So there will be at the first 5 or so stories, like the top 5 stories of the day, and then there'll be a bunch of links to some smaller stories at websites that I trust, like Go Nintendo, Nintendo Everything, My Nintendo News, IGN, Kotaku, etc. Wherever the sources end up being from. And obviously, we will still do individual posts there. So we're going to have individual posts for our videos. So if we do a video on a specific news piece, we're going to do it, we're going to post it at the website. So it's just another way for mostly our social media followers on like Facebook to discover more of our YouTube content, since Facebook hates YouTube. We're also going to be posting our podcast there like we did this year, but we're actually going to consistently make sure it releases there every single week in 2018. There's also going to be a greater focus on original content, which obviously that spills over into YouTube, but I will be writing some editorials that are exclusive to the website that aren't in video form, so still it's something you might want to check out. And as I said, it's going to be a great place to just check out at the end of the day. I believe I'm going to have a post going out at 8 p.m. every single day, summarizing up all the news from that day. So it's just a great thing to go check it out. I'm not going to do a big summary news video every single day because we're going to be doing individual stories and focusing on the conversation rather than all of the possible reporting that could be done. So it's a great way to get your daily news fix without having to go to a zillion different websites is essentially my goal with that. Moving on. Oops. Let's get to the YouTube content, because that's what you guys are probably going to primarily care about more than the website itself. I have some points here I'm going to go over. This upcoming year, 2018, we are going to be launching our live news show. The news show is going to take place 2 days a week. Those days have not yet been determined, but the show itself will be running at noon on those days. It will be, so 2 days that are Monday through Friday. It's not a weekend show. And the show will be an hour long and will take all the news that happened since the last show ended to the current, all the important news, bring it up, talk about it, create a discussion around it, and then have a small live interaction segment with you guys throughout with each topic that comes up. And there's going to be a timer. The timer is going to be set on my side. You guys might not be able to see it publicly unless I can figure that out. But there's going to be a timer for each news segment. And there's going to be kind of like a bullet point list of news that we're going to be going through with some headlines. And just kind of talking about the news and getting it out there to you guys. It's kind of a way for me to do what I'm doing at NintendoPrime.net every single day, except do it on a twice-a-week basis and create a discussion and a conversation live with you guys. There might be some other special things that come on. There might be special guests at times, especially if it happens to be this episode is good. I know there's not a lot of news, so we might bring in a special guest to expand on specific news topics that we have, or maybe even a live interview. We will do live interviews through these as well, whether it's with other YouTubers or other just people in general, whether artists or musicians or developers. These segments are going to be 1 hour long specifically, strict cutoff, so we can get onto our other content, and these shows will be live after the fact. We're also going to make sure that we launch Arguing with Myself. I've talked about it a bunch on live streams. Not going to get too deep into it now. Just you'll know it when it's here. It's going to be, I hope it's something you guys find entertaining. It's very different from the other content we do. Then we're going to have a live podcast at some point in 2018. It's going to be a separate podcast from the Nintendo Prime podcast, and it's going to be using Google Hangouts. It's going to be 100% fan-generated topics, so everything we talk about on that podcast is going to be topics that you guys request for us to talk about, whether you want us to respond to people or whether you just have something in general you wish for us to discuss. Maybe it's a specific game that we don't talk a lot about. We are going to obviously have some posts up to those fan topics come in before the show starts. There is no release date yet for this live podcast because I want to ensure a regular cast of characters and YouTubers and all that stuff in it. But stay tuned. That I can't wait to bring that to you guys. And we're going to keep the Nintendo Prime podcast going as usual as a pre-recorded thing, focusing on news stories and whatever specific topics that we decide to come up with or our patrons submit. Moving on, we're testing out some new formats. We've already started doing it. You're seeing me on camera right now. We're going to be doing even more new format testing in 2018 for the different types of videos we do, and we'll see what ends up sticking around. Obviously, there's going to be a format, with the green screen here. There's going to be a format where I'm sitting down, because literally our podcast desk is right down here. So there'll be formats like that. There might be formats where we're shooting at different parts of my office, whether like on Prime Comments when you see my computer in the background, that's obviously a different setup. I'm trying to do another setup over in this corner over here. I just gotta get some more lighting because these lights don't really move that are up here, so I gotta get a lighting situation worked out. I already have another setup out that way in a different room. But again, I need to work on some lighting for that to make use of it. But I'm basically going to make sure that we have a change of scenery, so it's very obvious what kind of videos are what. Like if we're just going to sit down and have a chat, there's a certain type of way to do that. There's a certain style to those videos, and I want to make sure that we start creating a unique feel for every type of video that we make. I can't really tell you what all those feels are yet because everything's not fully fleshed out and will be built out in 2018, but I can't wait to start doing that for you guys. Game reviews, I mentioned it before, we're going to have game reviews in January. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting. I don't even know at this point which game I'm reviewing in January because the poll will be going up for it on January 2nd, just because I have to make sure that we actually maintain our $300 goal, which I'm assuming we will. All of our backers have been fantastic all of 2017. I don't know why it would suddenly be different in 2018, but it is the flip of a new calendar year. Money could be tight. We just got done with the holidays, so who knows? Maybe we end up losing some backers, but I'm pretty positive we're going to maintain and push forward with game reviews in January. I do have a roadmap for some of this. I wrote it down here. I'm going to just read off the roadmap because it's been jumbled in my head and I've been messing around with so much. But because I have this written down, this is going to be at least the current plan for when this new content can be expected to arrive. It says, I have an idea in my mind for when I plan to launch all these things, as I simply cannot just jump out the gate in 2018 with zillions of new types of content. For now, the roadmap is currently to get game reviews started in January, Arguing with Myself launched in February, the live news show started up in March, and the live podcast started up in April. Now, the live news show could actually be started up sooner. We have a $500 stretch goal on Patreon that if we somehow get to that, that's going to kind of jump forward in the line there and be something that we get out ASAP after we hit that stretch goal. We still might keep that stretch goal up anyways, even if the show launches, because that stretch goal is going to allow us to increase our equipment. We still don't have a proper DSLR camera or any sort of real proper camera equipment. We're already working on replacing the microphones. That should be done within the next month. But yeah, we're getting semi-professional here at Nintendo Prime. That's all I needed that paperwork for. Lots of mumbo-jumbo that a lot of you guys aren't going to care about because you're just going to come and you're going to enjoy the content. And that's what matters most. And to end 2017, to end what I feel is really the birth year of Nintendo Prime. Idealized in 2016, truly born or reborn in 2017, I have to say thank you. Whether you support us financially or just support us with a view, or even if you don't want to consider supporting us, you just enjoy the content, or you come to the content to bicker, or you subscribe, you watch our live streams, whether it's 5J or me, or you're trying to get Eric to do some crazy ASMR stuff. He's never gonna do it. Reality is that you guys are what make this possible. I'm not even kidding. It's truly amazing what we have achieved here in 2017. A year ago, did not think I would be a YouTuber. A year ago, did not think anything about having a mixer, having 2 separate microphones, having a green screen, having these professional studio lights, editing computer, even this office being built out the way it is after I left Zelda Informer, and transforming this into a more proper recording setup, because at Zelda Informer I was a writer. You guys didn't need to see my office, so like changing everything up to make it proper. Doing all this for you guys and also for my sanity. I like improving the quality of things, and I hope that we continue to improve the quality of what we do at Nintendo Prime in 2018. Now that that's out of the way. Anyways, I know there's some of you guys out there that are wondering, when are we going to do karaoke next? When are we going to do some dancing stuff? When are we going to do more live streams? Most of the scheduled stuff is staying the same. I have some plans for live streams that aren't fully sorted out yet. I'm thinking of ways to pep up the live streams. Obviously have live streams where I play games with you guys, live streams where I'm just doing some entertaining stuff while playing games. Maybe it's drinks. Maybe we make a game out of it. Like like every death I have to smack myself in the face or something, and then like every I don't even know what I'm thinking. Maybe there's some way I can find a way to punish myself for every donation or something. I don't know. Things get nuts in the live streams if you guys have watched it. But you know what? All I have to say is Happy New Year. I said happy. Oh, happy New Year. Oh. DJ, drop that beat.
Yes.